Have you heard anything about John Cena or the Undertaker being at it?
I think we knew. So the Undertaker at Survivor Series was my story from a long time ago because I broke it on the retirement week because from my UK based sources, and who I got through. So Big Brother used to work with a company called Outside PR, and Outside PR's job is to do your PR for 2 weeks until they pass you on to an agent, a real agent. So they will look after your interests for the first couple of weeks you come out of Big Brother, and then they'll pass you on to a real agent. So Outside PR are still the PR company of the WWE. And I still talk to some of those guys, and I still talk to people involved with WWE Kids magazine, which is the replacement of the old WWE magazine that Vince Russo used to write for. Comes with like free gifts and stickers and shit on the front now. It's very kidified, more so than the magazine we used to get when we were younger. So speaking to those guys, what did you ask me again?
So just the rumors that John
Oh,
Cena and
sorry, yeah, I remember. So speaking to those guys, they told me a while ago that the Undertaker 30 stuff was all coming out. There was an action figure, which I have. Actually, it's upstairs. Sorry, I don't have it here. It's upstairs. I'll waste 2 minutes for no reason. But there's an Undertaker 30 figure, Undertaker 30 DVDs. Basically, Undertaker 30 marketing that was coming out for the Survivor Series, and they told me there's absolutely no way he doesn't appear at the show. So I took a stand on that and said, yes, SmackDown are doing the farewell and they're showing the Boneyard match and whatever, but the Undertaker will be at the Survivor Series. And I can almost double down on that and say that I think he'll be at WrestleMania. If you think the Undertaker's farewell is going to happen in front of a bunch of very shitty, grainy, 50-inch TV screens with morons in the background, like it's not like that's just not the way that the Undertaker's going to go out. Like, I don't think that that's going to be his real farewell. Could he be wrestling on Sunday? Could he be on Team SmackDown or something like that? Yeah, he could 100% be wrestling. He could also set up a feud or a match with somebody for the Survivor Series. Look, I mean, fantasy booking, if Undertaker's on Team SmackDown and AJ and Undertaker are the last two men for Raw versus SmackDown, and The Fiend interferes in the match and Raw win, and it ends with Styles pinning Taker, he has two matches then to go to from there. He has the proper wrestling match with AJ Styles that he wants, and he has a WrestleMania match set up with The Fiend. I don't think he retires without doing at least one of those two matches. AJ in the ring, who will make him look good, and The Fiend just for the pure hocus pocus bullshit of that story that we're going to see. So, yeah, I don't think he's done at all. For John Cena, I think he's much more done. I think getting him last year was a bonus. I think it was a commitment that he'd already made. The Firefly Funhouse match was fun, given the circumstances, but I don't think he's as ready or keen to do it. I think somewhere down the line, you'll definitely get what everybody wants, Orton Cena again, where they're both tied on 16 at some point. I can definitely see them doing that. And it's like kind of a winner gets past Flair. And if you can keep Flair alive long enough, maybe he can ref it. So yeah, but I'd hurry up with that if I was them, if they're relying on that. But yeah, I think that would be something that they do with Cena down the line. But I don't think in my eyes, he's not as certain for the upcoming Mania as I would think Taker would be. But the thing is, right, just to harp on this point, when you are WWE, one thing that I know we're a little bit anti-AEW, but I'm going to give something to the people here that like it. What they do well is they don't blow their load with all their matches on TV. Like when it's going to be Moxley versus Omega or whatever, whether you think that's a big match or not, at least it does get to pay-per-view. They do a lot of matches on TV, but it is always these guys ranked in like 5th or 6th trying to go higher up the rankings, or Kenny Omega like beating people in matches, or Jericho or whatever. Even though they do that thing where They make everybody look competitive. They don't actually have these squash matches, which I think is stupid, because you have everybody like going 20 minutes with everybody, and then it really becomes redundant. If just one guy worked 30 minutes or 20 minutes with Kenny, like that would make him look a lot better than everybody doing it. But that's a whole different point. But they do make the big matches count on pay-per-view. Like this whole Bucks revival thing, there was no way that was getting blown off on TV. WWE will blow away like first-time matches on TV constantly. They'll do Roman and Drew at a Survivor Series when both guys are at their peak this weekend, when they could have saved it for WrestleMania. That is a problem. And by the time you get to WrestleMania, when you look at the rosters, there's nothing that you can put on that is interesting you. No combination of matches. With all these fantasy matches, Daniel Bryan versus... name your indie hero and put him next to Daniel Bryan, right? But they've done them all on various episodes of SmackDown and Raw. There is no Mania matches that they can do. So this is why you get your Takers, Cenas, Goldbergs, Brocks, all coming in and occupying the top positions on the show, because the company don't do a good enough job through the rest of the year to put themselves in a position to do anything else. So it's feasible to me that anybody from Goldberg, Cena to Taker to Brock could, and to Daniel Cormier could all, Ronda Rousey could all be on that show. Any three of those 6 names could be on it, and 100%. You could even like rush back fucking Becky from her pregnancy and put her on some fucking ephedrine based diet to lose baby fat, and to get her back and to pay like and to give her like millions of dollars to in nanny care in order to I mean, I would think that with the merchandise numbers she does, they would think it's more important to have her at WrestleMania than Seth Rollins. I mean, that's got to be kind of emasculating for you. It's like, yeah, dude, like we know you can come back fine. You didn't have the baby, but your wife is worth so much more than you. Like, we're desperate to get her back for the show, and they are. Which I find hilarious, because Seth Rollins has got a massive ego.